What's happening, guys? It is Friday the 21st of February. It is 12:09. Yes, again, I am late. The reason for that today is we had a massive order, and as you can see, the Igo has one box in it, but the big car actually had multiple boxes in it, and we also have another order that's due later on the day. So what will happen is we're going to take this order up to the shop just now, get everything sorted, get the customers dealt with, and then after that what we're going to be doing is probably having to keep an eye on the ring doorbell for when the delivery comes. Make sure that we can get down the road, get the delivery, because we'll get people waiting for stuff. It's one of the things where the CCM delivery actually gets split into multiple drops yesterday. Instead of just having one drop, it was multiple, which is fair enough. That happens quite often, believe it or not. Seems to be that in the mornings they stack vans, and then it's like 2 different times every time that the delivery comes, especially if there's more than one box. This box, or this delivery, there was 6 boxes in, so there's quite a lot of stuff there, and we're obviously due a Warrior or delivery this afternoon as well, and there's some new stuff that I'm going to be reviewing and showing you. One of the things I actually am going to probably review and show you is this one is probably my 1 month / 2 month review on the Code Tmp1 gloves. Now, I've had them for a little while, obviously broke them in, and then my CCMs at the moment just for games and stuff like that, so I'm using the TMP ones as a training glove at the moment. The reason being is obviously I'm trying to kind of still break them in slightly. Like I said, I've got issues with my hand, and because I've got issues with my hand, obviously it takes a little time to get the kind of the softness, the feel, and because the CCMs are just so good and the Sherwoods are slightly stiffer, it does take a little bit more time to break in. So I have them to review for you, but I also have a comparison with the TMP Pro as well. So I have 2 pairs of gloves that I'm going to be kind of talking through and telling you the differences from, and obviously the price differences and what I would go for if it was me, and if it was me that was having to pay for it out of my own pocket, what glove I would go for. So hopefully that's a slightly different kind of look and on a slightly different segment, but yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So I better get to the store. See you soon.
I shouldn't want you, I shouldn't need you, but I'm afraid that's not up to me. Cause when I hear you sing through my speakers, it's like my mind takes a hold of me. I've tried shutting you off for some time now, but I'm still hearing your voice in my head. Oh, I wish I was more than your fan now, and that your voice came from here in my bed. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, singing to me. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, making me bleed. You're in my tried shutting you off for some time now, but I'm still hearing your voice in my head. Oh, I wish I was more than your fan now, and that your voice came from here in my bed. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, singing to me. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones. You're in my words from your mouth, holding me tight, saying I'm all yours, but I'm feeling my gut. It doesn't feel right, I see in your eyes. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about your ex. Baby, I'm in 100%. We've been a year, but you struggle to keep pace. Done everything right, my heart is a mess. Now you need to talk. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about your ex. Tell me, are you really over her, or am I gonna be the very next? I can feel your heart race to her name. I can take a lie, but I can take the pain. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about your ex. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex.
Well, Pamela, how's your day been?
Stressful.
Seeing as it's 5 o'clock and this is the first chance that we're getting to actually talk on the camera other than hello,
Hello.
it is sharpening time.
Yep, it's got lots to do. Not enough time to do it in.
So what came in today?
See some of my CCM. I'm still missing some skates and some sticks. I've got hundreds of protective, and I'm just trying to find places to put these orders and try and keep them separate in terms of who they belong to. But I'm missing some stuff, so there's some stuff out of stock. It's also after 5 and I'm stressed out my box. I missed the post office.
So the reason why Pam's stressed out of boxes is we have to go and pick up the kids by 5:30. So it's one of them ones where we've only got maybe about 20 minutes worth of work to get done, and then we've got to try and get 10 minutes to get down the road to go and pick up the kids, which obviously is next on the agenda. What's that?
It's not good for work.
Pam says it's not going to work. So anyway, I've got a review on some gloves to do, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it done just now. I may actually have to do it tomorrow. If I can't do it tomorrow, I might try and get back in later on tonight. So just quickly, I forgot there was another job that was in. I got given a pair of shorts last night, and the job is to try and see if I can replace these little buttons. So I'm going to have to try and see if I can get that done at some point today. If not tomorrow, I'm going to try and see if I can get that out of there. I may have to try and put something underneath. I actually might already have some stuff pre-built and that I can just sew straight on, but I'm going to have a look at that and see how I'm going to fix that. So obviously the next one is going to be the gloves, but again I'll need to come back for that one because I've run out of time. Afternoon, it is 3:44 on Saturday the 22nd of February, and obviously as you can see I'm in the shop. Apologies I never got back to you guys last night with that video. Wasn't really feeling it last night. Didn't really sleep very well. Didn't feel the greatest after I left the shop, so I decided that today, obviously I was going to take it a wee bit easier. I've been absolutely rammed with Sharpmans the whole day. That's us literally just got rid of the last of them. 3:45 on a Saturday is quite good going, considering the fact that we were 10 minutes late and we had multiple Sharpmans to do. So I'm going to try and see if I can get myself a wee cheat sheet put together, and then we'll talk about these gloves and we'll see the differences between the two and what model I would go for if that was me that was if I was buying them with my own money. So the long awaited glove review for the TMP1 and the TMP Pro. So basically what I'm going to quickly go through is some of the tech spec for some of the gloves and how they feel in my hand. Code Tmp1 glove here, as you can see, it has CIP, which is customized impact protection. What that basically means is in this area here, it's Velcro and you can customize the way your cuff sits. So as you can see there, the cuff actually has got Velcro on it. It will move up and down. So if you prefer having slightly wider cuff, you can have it wider or you can have it slightly tighter. So that's one of the main things. If you're talking about the actual protection on the back of the glove, the back area here is E-Light protection that they say that it is. So it's got polyurethane inserts, it's obviously got high density foams, stuff like that. It's got a flexible thumb lock in them as well. The only thing I would say is with regards to the flexible thumb lock is I try to break them. I don't like the fact that it's so stiff and so rigid, because I like to be able to open my hand up. Well, the diplomatic way is if I have to open my hand up to push somebody away or grab something or whatever else, I want to be able to open my glove up as much as possible. So with regards to the actual thumb lock, I actually bent the thumb lock, so my glove actually sits a bit funny, as you can see, but that just seems to fit my hand a lot better the way that I've got it. If you then look at the likes of the palm, the palm is a Pro palm that's in it. It's quite a thin palm. It obviously got really good stick feel as well. It's reinforced in certain high wear areas, around about this area here. The code itself, the logo, is actually embossed into the actual glove. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it properly, but it's basically on this part here. And it's got the Sherwood branding, obviously, on the palm as well. So my first impressions of these gloves when I took them on the ice were they were very stiff, very, very stiff. They offer what I would class as an elite level protection. They are a very, very stiff, very high wearing impact abrasion glove. You'll find that the way that they're actually made and the materials that they're actually made with, they should realistically last a little bit longer. Now if I compare them to the Pro model glove, in a wee minute I'll show you obviously the main differences and obviously the more tech spec variant of the glove. Now at the moment, when these first came out, when we were selling them originally, we were doing them for £138, now they're down to £106. For me personally, I think that's a really, really good price point for a pair of gloves. You usually find that most of the other brands, you'll find it round about for £100, you're only usually getting anywhere between a bottom end glove to a mid-range glove, whereas with Sherwood you're actually getting something that's giving you the elite level protection. You would actually find that there might actually be quite a lot of players that would actually love using these. The reason why I'm saying that is although they were very, very stiff when I first got them, I have a process of what I do when I get a pair of gloves. I usually find my process is open them up, bend the fingers back as much as possible, break the thumb lock on them if I can, or bend the thumb lock to make it feel a wee bit more comfortable. I'll also find that what I'll do as well is I'll probably put them in the washing machine a couple of times just to try and see if I can get them with softener to try and soften the glove up and try and make it as soft and pliable as possible. Because the softer the glove, the better the feel on your stick, and you don't want something that's too restrictive. So anyway, as I say, this is obviously the Pro palm that's on this with the E-Light protection and the customizable impact zone, which is the cuff. Now, internal liner wise, it's also got a COP R29 antimicrobial liner. Try saying that 10 times fast. And the reason why we've got that liner is it's basically to stop bacteria growing in the glove, and it's to minimise the smell you would maybe get from having a pair of gloves. Because everybody that plays hockey knows that the kind of more smelly parts of your kit are going to be your gloves and your skates and possibly your jock if you don't wash your sweats. Right, so that leaves me totally digressing there onto that part. So we're going to look at the Code Tmp Pro. Now instantly there is a massive difference in feel on this glove straight away. It's got military grade 3D protection in the impact zones. It's got Viconic protection in it as well, so there's a wee bit more, how would I put it, it's a slightly different foam. The 3D impact protection, the military grade stuff is actually, if you look and feel if you actually feel the difference between the Tmp1 and the Tmp Pro, the Tmp Pro is stiffer feeling. It's a lot more stiffer. Yes, it's a pro glove, but what you're actually finding is, protection wise, the protection in the Tmp1 is quite a hard glove, but it's not as stiff and it's not as sturdy as, say for example, the Pro model. Now you then move on to the same part again. It's got the customizable impact protection. Again, you can change the cuff in these ones. You've also got, this is the main difference I find, if you just look at these gloves you can tell there's not really that much of a difference between them. Yes, we do have a little bit of faux leather in the Tmp1. We don't have that. We have the Viconic material. It's in the middle part of the glove here. This is one of the main differences. Or if you're actually looking at the back of them, I know they look exactly identical, but they're not, obviously. You then have to have a wee look at the palm. Now the palm is a game ready palm. It's quite a soft feeling, moisture wicking, abrasion resistant palm, which realistically should mean that you have less wear points and you should have less parts where it will burn through on your glove, especially if you're using a specific type of butt end that's going to cut through the palm. You usually find that a lot of the gloves these days, they will burn through very, very quickly because they are very, very thin. I would probably say with regards to your Tmp1, the palm is very, very soft. Now that obviously it's been washed and it's been worn a few times, it did break in very, very quickly. These haven't been worn on the ice yet, they haven't been washed yet as well, and the reason for that is I'm actually really enjoying using these. Now I know that obviously if you're an avid watcher or an avid viewer of the channel, you'll know that I went back to using my CCMs, and these are what I'm using for training at the moment. The reason why I'm using these at training is obviously to try and break them in a little bit more, get a feel for them. It takes me a long time to get used to equipment. It's like, example being with the True skates, just recently I've skated on them twice. The second time was a lot better than the first time, but that's a totally different video. We're talking about gloves at the moment, so we'll stick to that. Now the grey game ready palm, and obviously is a suede palm as well. It's very, very, very soft, very, very smooth, very nice feeling, and obviously it's, from my understanding, it has very, very, very good grip in it as well. Now again, if you're looking at the actual palm itself, you can see the Code logo embossed into the leather, and you can obviously see the Sherwood embossed up this area as well. Now one of the things that I did notice is the suede does feel slightly thicker in this area here. Now again, if you compare the two different models of glove, you've got an extra abrasion pad just in this area here because it's a high wear area, whereas you don't have that in the Pro model glove. The Pro model glove just feels as if it's the palm is just slightly better. Now I know obviously we say that this is a Pro model palm that's in the Tmp1, but the Tmp Pro has a slightly thicker palm. The slightly thicker palm obviously has a better feeling in my opinion. Obviously it will get softer the more you use it, and obviously if I decide to put them in the washing machine and do my old gloved breaking in and hack, you'll find that will become very, very soft. The fact that the suede has obviously got moisture wicking properties in it as well is obviously going to be quite good because it keeps your glove dry throughout the game or throughout training or being on the ice. You find with these ones here, these are actually not too bad. What I will say is they do get slightly wet. By the end of the practice they're probably soaking wet, whereas with these ones, again, I will only surmise that these will be slightly drier. The proof will be in the pudding when I finally get these on the ice. Now, cost wise, if you go with the Tmp Pro glove, yes, these gloves are probably coming to an end of a range, but the reason why I thought about reviewing them in the first place is because they are very, very affordable. A lot of the glove manufacturers out there just now are just charging astronomical prices for them. Now this is a top spec Pro model glove, and it was going for £155. Now what we're selling them for is £120. Well, you can still get them, obviously while stocks last. Now the suppliers have obviously dropped them in price, and we're dropping them in price, which means that we're obviously giving that discount back to you guys as well, because we're not one of these greedy shops. And I'm not saying that every single shop is greedy, I'm just saying that we would rather pass on the discount to the customers to try and make hockey as accessible and as affordable as possible. Now, just from me sitting with this glove on my hand, I could probably jump straight on the ice with it, use it straight away. Yes, there is an element of breaking in. I'm still going to obviously have to try and see if I can bend this area here, which is the thumb lock, the flex lock thumb lock. It feels like quite an old school glove in the sense that it's very, very rigid on both gloves. But what I find is, with a little bit of manipulation, it can become a lot more comfortable, especially if you like to open your hand up. I mean, give people the stink palm and stuff like that, but that's just me. I personally like to be able to open both my hands as wide as possible so I can get a good grip in the stick if I have to take my hand off the stick. But yeah, so both, again, I'll just quickly go through it. Got the Viconic impact protection in this glove here in the back of the palm. You've got the military 3D grade impact protection all the way around. You've also got the COP R29 antimicrobial liner, as you can see in the inside. So both gloves are the same with regards to liner. The main differences I'm finding is, like I say, the Pro Palm and the Suede Palm. The Suede Palm obviously does feel slightly nicer. If you like a slightly thinner palm, I would obviously go with the TMP1 instead of going with the Pro. The Pro, like I say, is slightly thicker, which will dampen the feel of the stick slightly, but not by much. It's just my personal opinion, that's what I feel about it. So yes, again, the palm and the Pro model glove is obviously going to be a wee bit more abrasion resistant, which means that you're going to get a wee bit longer life out of this as far as I would be concerned in comparison to this. I mean, if you have a wee quick look at this one, I'm not 100% sure if you're going to be able to see, but both gloves also have breathability holes, like vents on the palm. You're probably a wee bit more able to see it on this one here and this area here. I was worried that if you were going to get a stick and you were going to start playing, this would be a wear point, and it might still be a wear point, but at the moment you're not seeing that. If I'm looking at the palm itself, now considering the fact I've used the gloves maybe about 4 or 5 times on training, there is obviously going to be a slight bobbling starting to appear on there. There is obviously cutouts, I say cutouts, it's not cutouts, but there is embossed logos on both of the gloves. Like I've said, I've showed you both, but near the thumb as well, you're actually finding that there is a checkered kind of pattern here, which obviously is going to help slightly with the grip. Now the fingertips have that as well, specifically on the 3 fingers, the index finger, the middle finger and the ring finger. The pinky doesn't have that, that obviously only has the code name put on it. But for me, price wise, if you're then comparing the price, if you were to go for their actual proper price when they first come out, 138 and 155, and then if you're looking at the discounted prices at the moment is 106 and 120. Would I spend an extra £14 and buy the top end glove? Yes, I would. And the reason for that is just my personal opinion is that palm is going to be worth the money. It's going to last you a lot longer. The impact protection is going to be slightly better, and it's obviously going to take a little bit more abuse. So that's just my opinion. Would I say that is a bad glove, the TMP1? No, it's a very, very good alternative. If you want to spend a little less on your equipment, this is ample level for recreational, for SNL, or for any level, in my opinion. The gloves are very, very good, very durable, and I'm quite happy with both sets of them. So again, if you had to buy them, again, choice would be yours. What would you pick in the comments section? If you were having to pick the TMP Pro or the TMP1, what would you pick? Because like I say, if you're looking at the two of them look identical apart from the palms and obviously the back of the protection area here and here. So hopefully that is a little insight into what I look at when I'm looking at equipment. Now, as I've said, I am over the moon with these gloves so far. There is not any wear points on them from a couple of training sessions. I mean, our training sessions can be quite slash happy at times. You know what it's like, depending obviously where you're skating and what the level you're playing at. There is obviously going to be stray sticks, pucks, whatever else off your palms sometimes, or off your glove at times. You're obviously going to sometimes use, they're there to protect your hand, so you're obviously going to get some sort of rubbing, or you're going to get some sort of marks and wear points, as we've seen with my CCM 4 rolls, where the fingers are on the left hand, where I was getting slashed at the top hand, they started to wear away. With these ones, I don't see any of that so far. Obviously with these haven't been on the ice, but again, the proof will be in the pudding when I finally get the chance to get them on the ice, and I will do a review on them after I've done that. But for just now, thanks very much for watching, guys. Take it easy.